Hello, statistics students. Welcome to another video on the binomial model. In this video, we're going to look at how to interpret the mean and the standard deviation from a binomial experiment. The mean of any probability distribution, including the binomial, is sometimes called the expected value. This name gives some intuitive understanding. If you were actually to carry out a binomial experiment, you would expect about mu successes, the mean. For example, if you flip a coin 100 times, you expect 50 heads. So that would be the mean. If in an ESP study, 10 trials are made and the probability of success at each trial is 0.2, we would expect about 2 successes due to chance, because 10 times 0.2 is 2. Now, will you get exactly 50 heads? Will the ESP receiver get exactly 2 cards correct? Sometimes maybe, usually no. Usually not. Although we expect mu successes, we usually get mu give or take some amount. And that give or take amount is what is measured by sigma, or the standard deviation. For example, in 100 tosses of a fair coin, we expect mu to be 50 because 0.5 times 100 is 50. Give or take the standard deviation of the square root of 100 times 0.5 times 0.5, which is 5 heads. So therefore, what that says is we expect 50 give or take the 5. So we wouldn't be surprised if we had 50 minus 5 or 45 heads, or 50 plus 5, which is 55 heads. Start getting out much further than the 5 heads, maybe 10, 15 heads. Now we're starting getting into the surprise. That could be unusual. In the Zener card experiment with 10 trials, we would expect the receiver to guess about 2 cards correctly, 0.2, because P equals 0.2. But in practice, we would expect him or her to get 2, give or take the standard deviation, which is 10 times 0.2 times 0.8, which is 1.6, or the square root of that, which is 1.26. Estimating that at 1.3, we would expect him or her to get between 0.7 and 3.3 correct guesses. In summary, the mean, or mu, is what we can expect to get from a binomial experiment and distribution, binomial distribution. And the standard deviation tells us how far typical values can be from the mean. It can tell us if one result from a binomial experiment is expected, usual, or unexpected, unusual, a surprise. And this concludes this video on the binomial model in how to interpret the mean and the standard deviation.